My dad had 5 wives, but he only stayed with my mom because she gave him 6 sons, and my dad didn't have boys with any of these other wives. And we're all a year apart, except for me. I was born, she had her tubes tied, and I still made it, dog. And I have a little brother. My dad got some strong ass nut. And it's fucking, it's wild. Like, I feel ashamed sometimes because I don't even know my brother's birthday to this day. I don't know some of their birthdays.
Did you just drift apart? When did you
No,
drift
my
apart?
dad made us real competitive when we were little. So it was always trying to be competitive from it. He didn't make us, but it was just like that. We wanted to have his pride, his honor. You know what I mean? So all my brothers were competing in sports and athletes, and I was I was 4 years apart from everybody's year apartness because my mom had her tubes tied, so she didn't have another kid for 4 years, and it was just real. My dad was like a cartel Mexican American bad motherfucker. Never said I loved you. Barely at the house, but he showed up when it was rent was doing all that shit, you know? He was a coyote, Joe. He had one job for child support in the daytime, and then at night he would work to support us. And then he would just take off on the weekends and come back with cars and shit, and yeah.
How many kids did he have?
The rumor's like 13, 15 total from 5 different wives.
Is your dad still with us?
Nah. Pops is gone. R.I.P.
What does it require to be a fucking coyote? That's just...
Dog, this is like 85, Joey, and my dad was smooth. Because, he was smooth, dog. Like, he had homies. He had friends everywhere. And one of his buddies was the Migra, the Border Patrol, but not the one you drive through, the one you walk through. So my dad would get fake IDs made in Orange County. And since he had 6 kids, he would tell me to get 6 outfits from go get an outfit from all your brothers. We'd drive to TJ. He'd feed them. We'd all stay in a hotel room for like 4 hours. Get everybody like, hey, look, so they would come home in clothes from America. You know what I mean? When you're wearing, nobody had Puma back in the 80s and TJ or Nike or Guess. And then my dad would use all of our kids' birth certificates just so it looks on the camera that we were showing it. Then we would just walk through. His car was parked in the American side. We'd jump in the car and drop everybody off where they had to go.
What would they pay your dad?
He was getting like $7,000-8,000 a head.
No shit.
And because look at it, there's no walk. You're not going to get hurt. You're getting dropped off at your family's house. And my dad, he already had in 1994, my dad brought 4 houses. That's how good he was going. Buying houses, dog. That's a lot of shit. A lot. And we were making loot. One time my mom got locked up. We all went together. That shit was crazy. We all went, and then they pulled over my mom's car, and she did 3 days. But my dad went in there, dropped 5,000 later. It was wild, dog. I've been to TJ, so I know so many little back routes. I know they're not there no more. And this is a time where the cartels didn't give a fuck about human trafficking. To them back then, it was all weed, coke, and speed. When did human trafficking take such a big thing?
Did the cartels, they didn't care about him. Now they do the human trafficking.
Yeah, because now a human is better than a drug. Because if a drug doesn't make it, a drug gets took. If a human doesn't make it, he comes right back and it's another 10,000. Now it's 12, 15,000 for one person. And you don't even get it like my dad. You have to walk it, chance getting fucking caught, all that shit. It's very different. They had a good system back then.
You look at it from the other perspective, man. You're coming from a place where you have nothing, and your family pays for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know with the Chinese and shit, they bring them over and work in massage parlors until the bill's paid.
Do you really think...
until the biller's tab is paid.
There's a massage parlor next to the strip club I work at, and all the massage girls there got nice-ass cars, and I was thinking, what is this a legit one? This is on a sweat. They let them keep the money? I don't know.
Are they Asian? Is it an Asian?
Yeah, it's real Asian.
even with I saw a documentary about it. Like the coyotes, they'll take them to like a house once they get to America, and if they don't have the money, they kind of keep them there,
Yeah.
like locked up until someone pays.
Yep.
They got them a job at their friend's Mexican restaurant as a busboy at $3.35 an hour plus tips until they pay off the $10,000.
Yeah, but that's not really. That's like some. Mostly, it's like, hey, we need everything because it's there now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the new shit that I'm hearing, and I don't know if it's accurate, but like, one of my homies says that little kids now are like, fuck it, we'll take the cocaine, we'll jump over with it, and that'll be payment to get my dad over there. Then he'll come get me. Like motherfucking kids are sacrificing now and just taking drugs over to get the money to bring their parents. Is that crazy, dog?
Just to show you what the value
Of America
is.
Straight up.
Just to show you what, a couple months ago, Trump made a fucking joke or whatever. He said, that cracked me up. He's like, you know what? We'll take up all the fucking refugees, but we'll put them in sanctuary cities and see how much you like it.
That was funny.
Which means here and in San Francisco
Yeah.
for Pelosi. I mean, I'm not politically woke, as they say. But I know what the fuck he's trying to do. And at first I got a little mad, George. I'll tell you why. Because I'm Spanish. And it bothers me that he just focuses on the wall.
Yeah.
I think we're at a point in our country when we have to focus on all of immigration. I mean, there's too many of all of us here and that right now. And then I was like, who the fuck am I to make that decision? What the fuck? Who the fuck and what the fuck am I to say to close it all off? You know what? America's a dream and a half for some people. And you know what? We, as Americans, are fucking lazy, and we forget. We forget when we look at a fucking immigrant what they'll do.
Yeah.
When you go to, Usman was on Rogan, and he was like, who the fuck cleans your hotel rooms? Who the fuck does all these shitty jobs? Immigrants. And it's not shitty jobs. It's the jobs that Americans have made shitty. Because all of a sudden, we got too much pride to be a fucking grass cutter.
Yeah.
Or, there's got to be white kids that grow up and go, I want to be a carpenter. But the first thing you're going to hear is, it's tough. Because how are you going to learn to be a carpenter? They got Mexicans working for $8 an hour who work circles around you. They don't want to learn how to be a carpenter. So now when you go on a job site, I mean, the growth has definitely, it's a truth.
I know.
For you to become a carpenter, you got to be a carpenter's helper first.
Straight up.
You're not going to get an 18-year-old out of fucking college and want to go, I want to get splinters in my hands all day for $8 an hour. Listen, for $8 an hour, you see this Mexican kid, he don't even say boo. This motherfucker don't even take lunch. You don't even know what lunch is. You've been talking about fasting. White people, oh my God, we're doing a little fasting. Look at this skinny little Mexican yolk and shit. He's been fasting all his fucking life. You understand me? He's on a lifelong fast. And I want to hire you for 8 hours to do what? Tell me stupid stories? Are you going to go to Coachella?
Yeah.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.